I hadn't heard from my dad since his almost wedding.
Stevie, call me an Uber. My car won't start. Just call an Uber.
No.
Dean, please just come back here.
It was almost a month later, and I finally got a call from him saying to come over. I made a pact with myself that the next time I saw him, I would cut ties. But in order to move on with my life, I'd need to cut this unneeded stress out. I brought James along to secretly film. If I ever felt like talking to my dad again, I'd watch this footage and remember why I made this choice. Okay, turns out he's right outside. Jesus Christ, you need to find a place to hide real quick. Hey. Hey, Dad.
Stevie, check it out. Come on board.
Is this what you've been doing?
Yeah, can you do any tricks?
No.
You can't?
Well, not in sandals or in general.
Want to try it?
No, why don't we go inside and talk?
And then you flip it. I think you gotta do it at the same time, though.
Is this actually why you brought me over here to do skateboard tricks?
Well, I was thinking, it might be really fun if you and I do something new together. And I've been watching King of the Road. King of the Road?
No.
No?
I don't know what that is.
Thrasher Magazine. Okay, so once a year, all these guys get together and they have teams. And they drive across the country and do this cool shit. Like, they gotta do skateboarding tricks, but then they also do, like, drink your own pee and poop out of a tree and kiss as many girls as you can, which you might like. Find yourself a real Alyssa.
Alyssa is real. I've seen her. There was a small part of me that hoped my dad called me over to apologize, or at the very least, begin the process of becoming a better person. But he wanted me to come with him for King of the Road. I don't even skate anymore. I was 12 when I used to skate. I fell on my side, now I have hip dysplasia. It made me a virgin until age 25, 3 years after I met my fiance. Well, we'll talk about that on the way in. Let's just go now and get this over with.
Long, hard week, huh? Change that. Get the blood flowing. Get your skating. Okay, hold it. It's really cool. I'm not sure if you flip it and then you twist it, but I'll teach you.
I'll take probably a hard pass on that.
Oh, come on, Stevie.
I'm not really big on skateboarding, to be honest.
You look the part.
I feel like I'm far too long. You okay leaving the door open?
I don't really care. I thought maybe Amazon was gonna come.
Yeah,
Keep losing my
leave it. Yeah, you know what? It's better if you leave the door open.
What have I got to steal, right?
You have an Xbox right there.
Oh, I do. I forget about all the good stuff I had. I mean, I bought that stuff because I thought you'd come around more.
I didn't want to jump right into abandoning my dad. I figured it was better to start with small talk. We've been, working on a new show.
A new show?
Yeah, we've been doing. Yeah. James had made quite a racket behind us. Was our cover blown? Find out. Was that Amazon? That must have been Amazon. Oh, you know what? Just stay here. Just stay here. Here's good.
I get a little wigged out. You know, I haven't lived by myself in a long-ass time. Your mom used to take care of this stuff. Packages and packages.
I was wearing a lavalier microphone, neatly clipped under my collar. But was my dad's voice audible? I subtly hinted for him to approach me. Do you think you're too far away?
Is he human?
Do you think you're too far away?
Do you like me to be closer? I can.
Yeah, you should get closer. Now that my dad was in the microphone zone, I wanted to dive deep into his thoughts about his mistakes, on the off chance there was some salvageable humanity in him after all. Sorry to just come out with this. Have you talked to Toy at all?
No. I feel like maybe it was just best to give her some space. I mean, I'd have a hard time getting over me. I'm sure it's hard for her. She's younger, she hasn't had the life experience I've had.
Why'd you do that? Why'd you just leave her there?
Oh, God, Steven, do you really want to talk about this? This is grown-up stuff.
Well, if you would have talked to her since then, I mean, she took that really badly. Like, she's devastated.
I didn't expect her to have that response, okay? I thought it was just keeping it kind of light and kind of fun. I can't tell with you kids. Like, sometimes you're up here and sometimes you're down there. It's a real roller coaster ride.
I didn't really come here to do your... James had made another noise. He motioned for me to distract my dad so he could get a better shot. I don't know why he needed a better shot. Oh, something's out the window. Yeah, actually, do you see those birds? Those birds are fucking. I came here because I wanted to tell you that I don't want to talk to you anymore. And that I'm done with this.
Like, you're choosing her over me in this whole situation, Steve? I'm your fucking dad, man. I fucking raised you. Did you forget about that?
No, I didn't forget about that. It's just, it's the same thing over and over again. And I feel like we're far too different and that it's just not healthy for me to talk to you. I wouldn't let myself feel bad for him, no matter what. When this was all said and done, this would be the last time I ever talked to my dad.
Don't be so snap with your judgment, Steve, man. Look, you want to know something? You want to know the absolute truth? It wasn't about Toy. It was about me and you, okay? I thought if I dated somebody a little bit younger, a little bit closer to you in age and mentality and just your lifestyle, I could get to know who you were, because you would never open up to me, Steve. You were always the kid in the corner. I didn't know how to reach you. You were close to your mom, not me. I wasn't going to marry Toy and keep her in our lives forever. I didn't think you liked her. So what was I supposed to do? It'd gone too far. It'd gone too deep. I couldn't tell her that.
Well, I think what it comes down to is I just don't like you. Why did James need to change the shot again? This wasn't Citizen Kane. Just stay in one spot. He decided not to do that and moved to get a different shot.
Do you realize that every time in your life when I felt like I didn't like somebody, or as a kid when I felt like I didn't like you, if I would have just stopped talking to you and cut you out, I would have been out of your life a long time ago. I think I raised you better than that. You don't just cut people out of your life when things get difficult. That's when it's time to explore something deeper.
I wasn't listening to him. I was actually thinking about why James was changing the shots and how brilliant it was. He knew if I went back and rewatched this, I'd need to see different angles to keep my attention. Otherwise, I'd click out and watch Jenna Marbles and her wacky dog instead. James was smarter than I give him credit for, but just barely.
Maybe it's a sign that we should just spend more time together. Look, come on, let's do King of the Road together, all right? We'll learn to skate, we'll do those cool tricks, just like you and me and some guys in a van, and we're driving across country, and there's a chance to get out of this forsaken city, and we can just be us, really find out who we are. Let's do it.
This is gonna be it. So, thank you. I'm headed out. I appreciate everything.
You appreciate everything, Steve? You appreciate everything? Well, you appreciate everything that I've done to open up my heart and let you back into my life? It wasn't easy for me either, Steve. Okay? But you can't just get up and walk out of my life, literally, and tell me you appreciate everything? Just stick around, okay? If you need some time, take some time, but for God's sake, Steven, you only get one dad. That's me.
I don't need a dad.
Just leave it open. Door's always gonna be open, Steve. James? James?
Okay, if I die right now, Lauren, I love you.
I saw you.
Hey, Dean.
Hey.
Hey, man.
Man, you guys fucking got me. I literally thought Steven was being serious.
He was being serious.
About using this, about taping this and using it for his little show?
No, you haven't been a really good dad to him. And I don't blame him, honestly. I gotta go.
But you don't blame him, but you were gonna be like my number two. I was like a dad to you, too, you said. You said that I was like a dad. I mean, you really mean that? You think I'm not a good dad?
You know what? You didn't give a shit about me either, man. And that's not what this is about, but I don't blame you.
Why didn't you just tell me that? Why didn't you guys tell me that I wasn't doing what you wanted me to do? I could have done it the way you wanted me to. I could have done something different.
I think he told you a lot, and you didn't listen. You were too caught up in your own shit, man. And that's something for you to figure out.
Come on, you can talk to him. You guys are friends. Tell him not to do this, James. Please tell him not to do this. I won't be that guy, I promise. I won't be that guy anymore, I promise. Just talk to him.
No, I'm just walking backwards, Angela. I'm sorry.
I mean, I know my dad, and the sad part is this is not too surprising.
I don't understand. If it was all fake, then what's the point of that?
Well, I don't think it was fake. I think he really does love you. I just